Hello everyone and welcome Crash here. This is RTA Motorsports and we're doing another race. I know that it was a little bit sooner than I thought it was going to be, but I kind of misjudged the start time of the next race for iRacing. So we're racing in the Porsche 911 RSR in the IMSA Cup just like we did just a moment ago, and hopefully we can do a little bit better this race. Kind of curious if our fuel is kind of we're not running the correct amount of fuel, and the reason why I'm saying that is this car has I gotta move this camera over just a little bit, sorry about that everyone. The reason why I say that is hate to do this right on live stream, sorry about that everyone, kind of got a little messed up there. The pitting is kind of like killing us a little bit as far as when we're pitting. And I normally pit about 20 minutes into a race in this series. It seems to normally work out pretty good for us. But last time it actually didn't work out good. We didn't have any damage that we needed to be fixed. We kind of pit in, we did our thing, and we left pits, and yet we didn't regain our position anywhere near. We pit in at 12th position at P12, and we kind of left at like P18, P19, and we finished race at P18 with not really many significant issues. There was some areas where we kind of like dropped down to like, I think it was like P17 or P16, but we really didn't do that great. Nowhere near as good as I thought we were going to do. As far as, you know, when we were pitting in, I was feeling confident and we were doing good. P12 all the way from starting at 25th. But after pits, it didn't look so good. So we're going to practice a little bit. We're going to jump on track and make sure everything here is going to go well this race session. For some reason, we don't have the... There we go. All right, it just popped up. It was thinking about it. Of course, everyone, thank you so much for joining in, kind of hanging out with us. You can see the weather pattern on this one is actually quite a bit different than what we were experiencing last time. You can see we got overcast skies on this one here, and we are not feeling any force feedback in the wheel, which is kind of an issue we're having lately with iRacing only. So we're gonna have to get out and go back in, unfortunately. So let's... And the thing about it is, it's reading everything on the wheel here. It's reading that we're in the pits. I'm actually get a flashing screen and everything, but there's just like no force feedback, which is very strange. So we're gonna kind of drop out of there and go right back in. So we got about 12 minutes until the race starts, which is pretty good. Get a little bit of time around the track. We got to eat a little bit before this race session. Ate some fruit, drank a whole bunch of water, took some of our vitamins that we forgot to take this morning. So hopefully we're going to be feeling pretty good this race session. The thing is with Imola, I don't know if any of you have raced there with this car or just in general, the track is very flat. There's some off-camber turns. You really have to slow down well beyond what you feel is necessary and that the car can handle in a lot of the turns. And then it just takes a lot of practice to really get to a competitive level in track times. And in our practice sessions, in our private practice sessions, I think we have the track state a little bit different than what we're experiencing in a lot of the races. So, unfortunately, with that being said, we were pulling a lot faster lap times in our practice, in our private practice session, I was hitting high 142s. Not great, not amazing. A lot of the top guys are running 140s. So we were running high 142s, and that would have put us about mid-pack, which, you know, is kind of like average for us because we sim race a lot, but not every day. A lot of these guys, they do it quite often. So I would normally be happy with that, but the last race we did, we were quite a bit further down. I think we qualified with a 144, 2 seconds slower than our normal practice time. B Driver Sim, good evening, Crash. Have a good race. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We got the sim still starting up. Hopefully this time nothing loosens up on us. We got our wheel tightened up to the wheelbase, as well as we tightened up the set screw there. I don't know if you all noticed or kind of sat through the rest of the race there. We were having issues with our wheelbase kind of moving on us towards the end, well, from the middle of the race on, and it really kind of distracted us big time. I didn't want to say anything because I kind of was thinking my wheelbase was kind of pulling apart, that we were tensing up too much and we were kind of breaking our wheelbase. So I kind of was trying to assess the situation during the race, which is not good. And in doing so, it kind of distracted us a little bit, which, you know, as you would imagine it would, because we didn't receive any of this equipment here for free. This is all out of pocket. So the thought of my wheelbase coming apart was quite scary. But yeah, I get a lot of questions. Are we thinking about the DD2 or the DD1 from Fanatec? Yes, we are. Whether or not it will happen or not is another thing entirely. Not exactly sure if we will upgrade in the very beginning or at all. I really love this Club Sport wheelbase. We have yet to really try a servo wheel yet. I would love to try them all and give you guys all a comprehensive review on what I think about each and every one of them. So I'm not sure when we will do it. Upgrade or at least test one. But I would definitely love to get one in the studio to try. So this is open practice right now. Track state does feel quite a bit more forgiving. See where we end up this lap here. Well, I should say this coming lap. Kind of lost it there a little bit. Dumped the tire off onto the grass. Almost paid for it. up on 2 tires. We're driving the heck out of this car right now. .143.4, so almost in line with what I was getting in my normal practice sessions. So the track state is in our favor this time by definitely lost some time on those turns there. Didn't do good in our entry speeds. Trying to carry a little bit more speed there. Using a little bit more of the runoff. It's definitely going to be like a 145 lap. Slower, a lot messier. No, 142.6. Alrighty then. I don't know what I'm talking about at all. That's actually faster than any of my laps ever. I'm normally like a 142.8. Normally a 142.8 kind of guy.
On the right, got a car stopped ahead. Go right. You got one on your right. Clear on the right.
They left us just enough room. .142.4. Ooh, that car didn't like that at all.
Got a slow car on the left. Got a slow car on the left. Go right. Car on your left.
Thank you.
All clear, all clear. Go right. Car on your right. Still there. Clear on the right.
Race session's gonna start, so let's get out of here. You can see we're all kind of, whoa! Oh my gosh! Come on, get out, get out, get out, get out! Everyone's jumping into pits, and they're getting out of the session altogether. There we go. All right, so we got a 1:42.4. I think was our fastest practice time ever during that practice session. So hopefully that's a little indicative of how this race is gonna go. Hopefully, felt a lot more confident there. Why am I using that wheel instead of the F1 or McLaren? Just curious. So get her done, 16. How you doing? We do have the McLaren wheel. If you haven't seen at all on our channel, if you're new to us, thank you so much for joining in. I greatly appreciate it. We unfortunately broke the wheel. Well, we didn't break it. The wheel broke. Not really sure what happened. It's being sent to Fanatec. And Fanatec, they said that they're going to send us another one once they receive mine. A pin broke out of the back. So that was our wheel of choice. This is our only other Fanatec wheel that we have. So, of course, we had to go back to it. So that way we could race. But, yeah, the McLaren GT3 wheel with gloves on is kind of our wheel of choice for this car. Very light, very quick reactions from it. But unfortunately, we can't use it. So that's what happened there. As soon as we get it back, we are definitely going to be back on that wheel without any doubt. That wheel is one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Thank you so much for everyone joining in. We're jumping into the race now. So 1:42.4 is our fastest lap time that we did during that practice session. Hopefully the track state is similar. I'm really, really hoping that that track state is somewhat similar. A little black coffee there. Don't like much sugar anymore. Pretty much just like tasting the coffee just the way it is. Last night, me and my wife, we had a beautiful dinner and enjoyed some Earl Grey tea. That was actually pretty good. So we do drink tea too for you people that like tea instead of coffee. We do drink tea as well. It all has its place in our cabinets. There we go. All right. So there's really no time left for practice. We're just going to be jumping right to qualifying. Track state is completely different. During the practice session, we're in overcast, and now it is clear skies. Looks like morning. Let's see what we're looking at here as far as the info goes. 80 degrees, clear, afternoon, late afternoon. Okay. All right, so let's qualify. Hopefully the car doesn't feel too different. Make sure I'm not selfie streaming. It'd be nice if we could get the 142s again. Earn this qualifying. I don't necessarily need it to be the fastest time I've ever put, but and the 142s would put us a little bit more closer to the middle of the pack. Possibly. It depends on the session, really. Some sessions it feels like everyone's running 140s. Sometimes everyone's like running 141s, 142s. Can already feel the anxiety building. Just knowing it's a qualifying session is making me really nervous. Because there's weight behind it. It's not like a practice session where if you crash, there's no bearing. I think we slowed down way too much at the entrance of that turn. Historically, we had a lot of incidences there, so. 140, 142, nice, okay. Goal achieved. 142.7, everyone, 142.7. Not going to be the fastest, but got a little loose there, went that a little bit too fast. We attacked that turn way too fast, so tail is starting to get a little bit too happy with us. Using the runoffs as much as possible. Yes. Well, we get 142.196. So we beat our fastest lap time by a pretty decent margin. 142.196. So we should be in a decent spot. Better than we have ever done before. And it looks like a lot of people still have yet to qualify. And we're actually in a different split with, it looks like we have some other cars here in some other classes. So far we're qualifying 14th. People are putting in time. Someone just put in a this is a different class here. So you have 15th. So we're gonna get bumped quite a bit. I could already see that. But as long as we're towards the middle of the pack, there's always a lot of incidences either way. Last race we qualified 25th or 24th. Out of 34 total cars racing. So far we are 16th. We're kind of moving back a little bit, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Still got a minute 34 before the race starts. Yeah. Paul RF, yep. My McLaren wheel broke, unfortunately. So, yeah. We're going to be gridding up very shortly. Kind of just trying to take a little brain break. We're still 16th. Looks like 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. It's going to be 37 cars on the track. So we're sitting in a pretty good spot. A little bit ahead of being halfway through, but it looks like some people still haven't put a time down. Either through inability or what. It gets a little bit sketchy when you, with these races in a very tight track like Imola, if you're not on it as far as where you are on the track with your car, as you start getting through the faster cars, like you start getting towards the front half of the group, people are expecting you to drive a certain way and brake at certain zones. And if you don't, they could rear end you, or they could spin off the track or cause an incident behind you, or, you know, you could really just start causing issues. So with that being said, you know, it gets a little bit tougher. You have to be a little bit more on point once you really start nailing those higher lap times, because people are expecting you to drive a certain way. And all right, so we're going to be gridding up. Gotta shake it off a little bit. Shake off the nerves. I normally don't do 2 streams in one day. That's kind of a rarity, but it felt like last race we still had a little bit left in the tank where we could do a little bit better. All right, here we go. Here we go. So, yep, we qualified 16th out of all these cars here. I mean, geez, this is going to be a full track. Such a small track to house all these vehicles. 3-mile track, 17 turns.
All right, man, we're going green next time. Bye.
And this
all right,
parade
man, we
lap,
gotta line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
this first lap that we have, you really don't have much time to warm up the tires. So it gets a little bit tough in that regard. "45-minute race. We got our wheelbase tightened. The last race we had an issue with that. Got everything good to go. Just kind of gotta stay nice and relaxed. From the last race to this one, my forearms are a little bit tired. Kind of went to the gym yesterday too. So feeling a little bit on the sore side. I should have moved that black box a little bit up. I don't like it being so low. When we did our 2700X review and comparison, we redid the graphics config for our 1080 Ti, and it kind of reset all those settings.
It's a 20 car.
Hopefully there's less of the accordion effect up here than there is towards the back of the track.
Green, green, green. Go right.
Big incident.
You got one on your left. We have a car stopped on the right. All clear, all clear. Go left.
I don't know how we made it past that. We did get an incident point, having to go off the track.
You got one on your right.
Oh.
3 wide, you're in the middle. Clear on the left. 2 wide there. 3 wide, you're on the left. Or on your right. 2 wide.
Getting
there.
hit from
3
behind.
wide, you're on the left. All clear, all clear.
Came right across the front. It said 3 wide, so I don't know if someone hit him into me. Be interesting to watch the replay because I was all the way on the left side. I was actually on the runoff.
Or on your right. Clear on the right.
I'm having to go on the runoffs just
Have to slow down and give up the time gain. Or on your right. Clear on the right.
Now we got some aero damage, some right front end damage.
Car ahead. We have a car stopped on the right.
Incidents is like crazy this race. Seems like you got to be in the top 5 just to avoid it all. My gosh. We're currently 12th position, P12.
Got a slow car on the left. Got a slow car on the left. Go right.
Currently 11th.
Looks like you're in the top 10.
Top 10, nice. Kind of hard to catch up with these guys. We got some aero damage. I'm trying my best to keep up with them so that way we can get in their airstream. Car almost got loose on me there. Freaking me out a little bit. Oh, big incident. He's definitely out of the race. He hit the wall hard. Hard, hard, hard. My gosh. Yep, 2 people just disconnected. Currently P8. Oh, we need a break sooner than that. That almost cost us big time.
Got a slow car on the left.
We got Jack Sadler kind of keeping up with us, catching up with us kind of quickly. Come on, turd. Losing our tires.
Car on your left.
I have to let him go.
Keep right there. Keep right there. Clear on the left.
Maybe we'll push each other. All that avoiding early on in the race is definitely catching up with us now.
We have a car stopped on the right. Go left.
That is the GT3 class car. Not our direct race. Wow, I can't even speak. Not our direct race opponent. turn, baby. Got Cesar Rodriguez ahead of us. So far we are 8th, P8. Oh man. Man. A lot of people are disconnecting. I'm not sure what class they were in. Feel a car losing grip.
On your left. Keep right there. Stay right. Clear on the left. you're on the right.
Now we're back up to P10.
Car stopped ahead. You got a filter on the right. We have a car stopped on the left. Go right.
Whoa! I can't see him. I don't know where he is. Patriot. I don't know where this guy is on the track right now. He's like in and out really bad. Says he's ahead of me. Oh, he's behind me now. Keeps blinking in and out on the list really bad. That should not be allowed. That was horrible. How bad he was blinking in and out. iRacing needs to do something about that level. That was beyond blinking. See our relative screen just jumping around as he comes in and out. That's... Look at that. I don't know if you guys caught that at all. But he just like jumped around 3 different places on the track at the same time. On the relative screen. He was like in 3 different positions. Car's not wanting to turn now. I don't know where we are in this race. We got 24 minutes left, so we're going to be hitting real soon. Bunch of people just disconnected as well.
about 5 laps of fuel left.
Slid that one a little bit. Got a GT3 car here in front of us. We're in the GTE class. Pit. Let's get this over with. So we're pitting at P9. Inevitable, we're going to lose some positions. We got the P10 guy behind us right now. All right, let's see. Optional repairs of 30 seconds. I don't think we're going to wait for that. I think we're just going to go otherwise. Now P11, we just crossed the start-finish line. He got out of the pits faster than us. We're now P12. Got to be careful with these new tires. Got to heat them up before we go completely crazy. That's killing us. We got the lead guys right behind us. Got a GT3 car pitting in. Currently P13, so we didn't lose Not many positions. We were 9. I would like to be in at least the top 10 in this race. I think that would be a nice improvement. Oh, a lot of skipping. What the heck is going on? That was really bad. That was on our side. Good thing that went away. I'm not sure what happened there or why that happened. Blue flag is out.
On your left. Clear on the left.
He didn't like the idea of where I was initially trying to make him pass me. It's a second place guy hit in, it looks like. Poop, 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 poop. That was a big one. That was the first major spin-off this race. Try to keep up with the lead guy. And his break points didn't really work out for us too well.
The leader is hitting now.
Went at that way too hot. Come on. Oh, he just lost it. The first place guy in the GT3 behind us. Pretty much did what we almost did there. Completely spun out. Right now we're kind of just on damage control. Make sure we can hold this car on the track. Finish the race. only in P11 now. Last lap was a 144. Not that great. Stop. Need to get harder on the brakes in the end. Not braking enough, I think, on the immediate. That was a little smoother through there.
Got a slow car on the left. We have a car stopped on the left. We have a car stopped on the left.
There's a lap car. That's Aaron Hall. Top 10.
We're on the right.
So far, we're in the top 10. Just barely. We are P10. We need to keep our focus and maybe we'll move up another position or two. P9, okay, alright. There we go. A lot of people are disconnecting this race here. Seeing the relative screen kind of flash again. I hope we're not coming up. Ah, he's next. He's in front of us somewhere. He's in front of us somewhere, but I can't see him. Saying he's right in front of us, but I can't see him at all. About 6 seconds ahead of us, it looks like. He just keeps flashing on and off really bad to the point where he just disappears for a long time. There he is. That is horrible. Flashes all over the place. He's gonna show like in front of us, ahead of us, upside down, somewhere else. I've never seen someone flash so bad. He's not even on our relative at the moment.
Alright, man, that car is a lap now.
Gone. I can't see him. I don't know where he is.
Go right. Car on your left. All clear, all clear.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Good thing we passed him. That was, oh, it psyched me out. I can't believe we didn't hit him. I don't know. There's always something every race to try to distract you and get you out of that mindset of what you're trying to do. Looks like we're still holding P9. The 8th place guy is about 23 seconds ahead of us. Everyone's spaced out really far. Our goal is to get this essentially damaged car through the checkered flag. Got the first place guy about a second and a half behind. Alright, he let the lead guy by, so now it's our turn.
Got one on your left. Clear on the left.
Sebastian Ohana behind us. He's a lap car, but he's holding with us really good. Not that we're doing anything magical up here. He must have just been in an incident earlier in the race. Currently P8.
On your left. All right, man, that car is left now. Still there. All clear, all clear.
That was Maxi Camilla, or Corella. This car is pretty good shape, seems like. We're kind of having to fight with our car to keep it on the track due to some damage at the beginning of the race, but you know what? We're getting there. Currently P8. A lot of times you can see we're running like 144s, 145s. Can't get that 142 we once had. Not on the last lap. I'd rather slow down. Finish the race. All right, here we go. Checkered flag, nice.
Great job, driver.
Great job, all right. Woo! So we got 8th place, P8. We started quite a... I think we started 16th. It's kind of hard to really remember where we started. Yep, we started 16th, so we were in the top 10. P8, look at that. There's 37 cars on the track, 2 classes of vehicles. And I kind of wanted to see if we could pinpoint at the beginning of the race. I want to say it was... Let's see, I think it was... Boom. That's qualifying. It's the beginning of the race there. Whew, let's take a moment though out of the VR headset. Good work on good work in getting that P1 checkered flag. I wish it was P1. We got P8, you know, which is much better than we've been doing. Good evening, Crash B Driver Sims. Have a good... Oh, we already read that earlier. My goodness, you're still racing. Yep. Gotta keep it going. Just returned home from the party to see that you're in the thick of the race. Yep. Congrats on the 8th. Thank you so much. Oh man. I'm really proud of... I've never been so proud of an 8th place before, but Imola has been kind of our kryptonite. We've been having a hard time in Imola just with the amount of incidents that would happen, and I'm glad that we were able to finally finish IMLA today with our earlier race as well as this one. And this one, we actually got a pretty good starting position. Not too crazy good. I mean, 16th with, you know, out of 37 cars, 2 classes, I should say. 16th is not horrible, but not great by any means. Just a little bit ahead of the middle of the pack. But I think that made a big difference. If you could get in the top 5, I think you're going to avoid a lot of that incident stuff that's happening behind. You're not going to wear out your tires, kind of flat spotting them or really, you know, messing up by holding the brake down really hard to avoid all the incidences. I mean, look at that. Look at that mess of cars. And a lot of these guys were in the beginning, like in the top split there. I mean, they're the top qualifiers, I should say. And look at all this that goes on. It's kind of like a messed up view there. Let's go back to this one here. And maybe we'll select, let's see, who qualified up front. We could look at Manuel de Vasconcelos. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So there was a huge incident that happened directly behind him. You see, look at this. People driving on the grass. I'm kind of blocking everyone's view here. But that was a huge incident altogether. You got like 4 wide. Let's see if we could kind of see. Rear chase. There you go. Look at this. 3 wide through there. You got 1 guy on the grass trying to... there was an incident there. Okay. So you have the third and the... second and third and fourth place guy. You have a car coming up the middle. Hits an... Oh, okay. So that is not even the third and fourth place guy. It's just someone else kind of trying to squeeze their way in. Looks like he was... Looks like he was maybe the 5th place car, P5, I'm trying to say. Boom, he squeezed himself in. They were almost 4 wide there. So he ends up going out on the grass. Now they're a 3 wide. He's squeezing in up here, trying to get past the 2nd place or 3rd place car, trying to figure out, I think it was the 2nd place car, causes him to spin. Crashes into him. Big incident here. And you could just see the wreckage that ensued behind that. People driving off the course. Oh man, look at this, look at this, look at this, even more. Boom, boom. That's insane. All right, so let's go back down to us where we finished. What was this, P8 here? So we're trying to drive and avoid this. We ended up getting an off-track warning there by really going up on the barriers, but I didn't think we went up that high. I mean, we still had 2 tires on the track, but it was that grassy area just beforehand that we got our... We avoided all that craziness. Let's do the chase cam here. Boom. You can see all... Look at that. Look at that. I mean, it was really... I don't know why I went out so wide here. I think I was just trying to really assess what the heck was going on. And I wasn't sure if there was going to be cars on the inside I didn't see. But, so we narrowly made it through here. And I think there's another incident that happens right up here, if I remember correctly. So we're on... Let's see. I don't know. I come up next to him, and he kind of... I don't know. That's a tricky one. He braked really hard. It came up and he came out. Okay. Let's look at this chop review here. So ours is the black, green, and blue car. See, he kind of cut in real hard To me, it felt like he stopped. Let's see, I want to see where the... So I guess this is the only view we're gonna have. We were just holding it straight. I mean, we kind of came off the berm a little bit. But, I mean, really, it's kind of like a bad situation there all around because he probably was trying to correct. I came out wide, left the inside open, and he just kept coming outside. It's kind of a really bad situation, so I'm not even sure if his spotter would have told him that we were even on the inside that fast. I mean, maybe, maybe not. It's kind of a bad situation. I don't think there's anyone's fault there on that one. I kind of felt like he came out on me a little bit, but at the same time, I didn't want to fall directly behind him because of the line he was taking was kind of incorrect as he was trying to avoid some cars. So he went on the inside. He like basically came to a stop. I came out on the outside to kind of avoid him there because he slowed down so much. And then he kind of came out to meet my front bumper, unfortunately. That sucks. That sucks. I don't even know how to judge that situation. Cars crashing behind us. Look at this. Well, that one happened. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been blabbering and I've been selfie streaming. So yeah, let's go back and we'll look at that follow-up footage again. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. Should I be looking at the iRacing option more than the settle course for a high quality racing experience? No, not necessarily. A lot of people, if you want to go into sim racing systems, a lot of people like that with the settle course or race room. They're kind of across the board with a lot of the sims right now. But yeah, let's look ahead. Let's look back. Sorry, I've been selfie streaming all that. Blabbering. So here's the beginning of the race. We're going to go back again and look at manual. And his situation here, he's in the lane, he's in the lead, he's up front there. You can see, even being in the front, I mean, if we would have qualified in top 5, we would have been in this mess. So you have a situation where you have, what is this, 5th place car. It's coming up. It squeezes himself kind of on the inside there of the 4th place car. And the 4th place car, I don't know if they didn't know, they didn't get the car inside or what, but he comes out and meets him and basically pushes him onto the grass. And then up ahead, to avoid that scenario, I mean, you have the, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place car kind of blitzing on by everybody because the 6th place car is trying to avoid the 5th and 4th place incident. And he's all the way up going 3 wide. He's enjoying life there, but the 3rd place car did not see this 7th place car kind of speeding up past everybody on the outside. He went out wide to give the 2nd place car some room, and he ended up catching that 7th place car, which ended up starting a huge incident. 3rd, 2nd, and 7th kind of just go right to the walls. Boom, everyone is kind of spinning out. The 2nd place car is spinning out in the middle of traffic, hits that car back there, which started a huge incident. So we're going to go back. Look at that. That car there almost flips, and his engine explodes as a result. We're going to go back to my view, and I want you to see kind of like what we saw coming into this kind of a crazy start. Let's go to far chase. So I'm coming up. You can see that mess up ahead there. We're coming up to nice and slowly. We're trying to give everyone room. Car inside, but you know, he's slowing down nicely, trying to make sure that everyone is out of everyone's way. But you can see that mess up there. Look at that. Just smoke. Everything going on. I come out wide. I end up getting an incident point there of off track because we ended up going out really wide. I wasn't sure if people were going to be locking up or if there's someone on the inside that we didn't see. So I kind of went out wide, very conservative on this one to try to open it up and assess what the heck is happening. Because it looks like this car's all over the middle of the track here. We end up just getting through the middle there pretty safely. No incident points yet except for that off the track to try to avoid that. We got a Ford GT on our bumper here. So this one here is kind of an interesting thing. This is our major incident of the race besides that spin-off we had. This is a collision at the beginning of the race with another car. And I'm not really sure how to judge this, whether it's our fault, their fault, no one's fault, just a result of just racing. But so the car ahead, we're kind of following behind them through this whole sector here, right? They come on the inside, and then there's cars about to cut in front of him, so he slows down by a lot. So we go on the outside because I can see he's leaving room for the car on the inside. So I want to go on the outside to avoid his situation. So we go outside and we go right to here. You can kind of see I don't know if he loses it a little bit. He gets a little bit, he starts coming out to really try to take advantage of the track, the runoff of the track. But I'm not sure if his spotter is telling him car inside. Because we're not all the way on the green. We're not on the grass or anything like that. We're on the curb. But he comes out and hits us. You can see we're still on the curb at this point. And unfortunately, he has a real bad collision there. We slow down a little bit to kind of make sure nothing else is going on. Cars end up slamming into the back of us there, causing another incident point. But overall, you know, that was our major collision there. And I'm not really sure exactly how to judge this one. This one kind of stinks. And I felt bad. But, you know, it is what it is at this point. It's racing. But, you know, I try to judge this that he's going to stay on the inside, and he ends up coming out high. So that stinks. But, you know, all these collisions behind us, this is like Wreckfest, really. And it's not until everyone really starts spreading out a little bit that people really start giving each other room. That guy's already missing his hood completely. And at this point, we're just trying to get our head back in the game, get our bearings straight as to what the heck is going on, and whether or not we're going to be in another incident here. I kind of let these guys go by because I'm trying to feel out the car. I wasn't sure how I was going to handle that with the damage we have. But you can see another incident here, right ahead of us. And that was kind of, you know, most of the race in the beginning. All of these races, we kind of narrowly missed because he's not getting off track for whatever reason. That guy there, unfortunately, I'm not sure if he clipped him. I think he did, trying to get past him. No, he didn't. He just kind of lost control of the car, unfortunately. He hit the wall pretty hard. I don't know if he was able to save the car after that. So, you know, IMSA is tough in IMSA, especially when they dump this many cars on the track. It's very treacherous. So even being in the top 5 is not necessarily going to save you. Bill and you won. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So yeah, let's go out of this view here. We're going to get out of iRacing and kind of see how things ended up. It wasn't a horrible amount of incident points, more than I ever want in any race. All right, so our safety rating bumped up a little bit more. Not a lot, not a whole lot, but since we've entered this race week with IMSA, we've been kind of struggling a little bit with our safety rating. But we're still above a 3. Now we're 3.39. Entering this week, we were at 3.62. 6.2 or 6.5? But we're above the 3.6. We're at 6.9. Might have been 6.9. I'm not sure. Anyway, and every race we entered, we kind of didn't finish until today. So I got to be happy about that. There was 37 cars on the track. We finished 8th. In the GTE class, we started 16th. So pretty good bump up there. We were only, looks like 1 lap down from the lead car. And our fastest lap time of the race was a 1:43.2. We qualified, let's see, with our qualifying session, we qualified with, just so you could get an idea of the race abilities of a lot of these people. A lot of them are really, really, really fast. Just you get them together and they just start slamming into each other. Our fastest lap time was a 1:42.196 during qualifying, with our average lap time of a 1:42.455. So pretty tight grouping there, nothing too crazy. But, you know, we made it. We made it through the race, and all is well. And honestly, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy that we made it through it. Let's see. So, yes, I kind of... Bill and you says, time your shifts. You should be making another downshift before the apex, so your RPMs are higher coming out of the turns. Okay, I'll take that into consideration. That quicker acceleration should help your lap times. You're coming out of the turns with your RPMs low, so you're slow. Yeah, I understand that. The issue I was having with this car, I'm not exactly, it's got to be just practice. It really got to just come down to practice. It's got to be me, because the setup is good. I know the setup is good. But when we're downshifting into like second in a lot of these turns to keep the RPMs up, I'm kind of still giving it a little bit of throttle, just a little bit, just so we don't really like lock up the rear tires, and have like a drivetrain lockup. Because if I come completely off the gas, I mean, the car just feels like a fishtails. But sometimes if I'm on just a throttle, just enough to get me around the turn, I still find that we're really almost like fishtailing. Now the car is very, very like sketchy. Norman Robinson, should he build an iRacing account or wait for Assetto Corsa? Assetto Corsa, what is that, Competition? So iRacing can be very, very, very... Bill and you, I know that comment didn't come up on the stream. I didn't block it. YouTube blocked it, but I seen it, and it's funny. I know there's a lot of younger kids that watch this stream, but I seen it, and it is funny. He said, "Work that B," meaning the car. But yeah, Norman, should you look into iRacing? iRacing could get very expensive, and it kind of depends on what you want. As your license class moves up, you kind of are introduced to other cars, other tracks. Every track besides what they give you initially, I think it's only like, 5-6 cars. Initially, what they give you, you could start off rookie class in Group D and some of Group C, as far as your license classes go. As you go further, you're going to want to branch out. You're going to want to try other cars, other tracks. Every car and every track and every series you go into, you're going to have to purchase. So it's really, iRacing is different. The reason why we do a lot of IMSA with iRacing is because we focus, this is the first time we're really trying to focus on one car in one series. And that's how iRacing is supposed to be, aimed. Oh, Bill and you, don't worry about that. YouTube caught it automatically. YouTube kind of catches that sort of thing. I just wanted to let you know that I saw your comment. I didn't delete it. So, and I thought it was funny. But yeah, so iRacing, you really have to focus on what series you want to be in and kind of make sure you purchase all the cars. I mean, not all the cars, whatever car you want in that series and all the tracks in that series. Sometimes the tracks in a series some of the tracks will be some of the free tracks that you got when you first signed up with iRacing, which is really nice. But you really have to make sure that you're in the mindset that you're going to focus on one car in one series. I mean, there's a few different series I jump in and out of, oval and whatnot, but iRacing really focuses on iRacing kind of establishes that you should be focusing on one car, one series to kind of keep prices under control, or else it could get really, really expensive if you're not sure what you want to race. But it's very rewarding. It's a lot of fun, and it's the best online racing experience we have at the moment. Besides sim racing systems, is really getting up there in prominence. I haven't really used it. I have an account. I just haven't used it with the Assetto Corsa or Race Room Racing Experience. I think they have some with Project Cars. I'm not sure about that one. But it's kind of a similar thing where you're ranked. But Sim Racing Systems is free. You just have to join. And their moderators, when you join their website, you can't just jump into a race. Their moderators have to approve of your profile and then send you the download link. So it takes a few days. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, Assetto Corsa is awesome. I love Assetto Corsa. There's tons of free mods you can download for Assetto Corsa to try, different cars out. A lot of YouTubers go into that. We started with Assetto Corsa, I should say, and then afterwards went to iRacing, then Race Room Racing Experience, and then Dirt Rally came after that. Thanks, Crash. Have a great weekend, and everyone else too. Billing you. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining in. Sounds good. And I will take that into account, and I need to start practicing that. I need to keep those RPMs high, so that way when we're coming out, we're much faster. That makes pretty much all the sense in the world. It just comes down to practice, and we need to focus on that. So thank you so much for the tips. I greatly appreciate that, and see you next time. But yeah, Norman, so hopefully that's making some sense. I mean, every sim, even Race Room Racing Experience, Project Cars 2, all of them, they have add-on content you could purchase with a lot of cars in each package. And Assetto Corsa has add-on packages you could buy, and kind of, like they have their historic Ferrari package and stuff like that. So there is add-on content in all the sims that you could buy if you want to, but I would say iRacing is probably the most expensive because there's also a subscription. And some people are not really into that sort of thing. Around Black Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving here in America, is normally a really good sale on annual memberships and longer-term memberships with iRacing. I think they also do a Christmas sale in December, so you might want to look for those if you want to get into that. Or you could just try it, 1 month at a time and just see, or you could just purchase an annual subscription and just see how you like it. But also, as you get further into iRacing, you start noticing that you get points for participation that you could use. And as you start building up points, you could use it to purchase cars or memberships and stuff like that. So you have participation points, a lot of stuff like that. There's different ways to work iRacing, so it's not so expensive through participation. And that's something else you need to kind of investigate too. I might do a video on that, but I think Inside Sim Racing did a video on that a long while ago. I'm not really sure if a lot of that still applies, but I think it does. So with iRacing, you really need to devote a lot of time as well into your car setups. They're not so much as like jump on the track and go as you would experience with a lot of the other titles. But yeah, iRacing is very intense. Very intense. Whenever I'm in iRacing, I get a different level of anxiety that you don't get with a lot of the other sim titles, even racing online. But with Assetto Corsa, Project Cars 2, Race Room Racing Experience, AI is getting really, really good, and it's a lot of fun racing against their AI. So if you were just starting out, I kind of want to just say, think about what you're wanting to do. Think about how much free time you have. If you're just looking for something casual, just to jump on the track here and there and have fun, Assetto Corsa all the way. But if you really want to like make this serious, iRacing. Do I find the iRacing website interface confusing? No, because I have experience with it. As a beginner, my dad especially, he has a wheel. He has our old Logitech DFGT wheel. He has an Oculus. He doesn't really go into iRacing at all, even though he has an account. And I do find explaining things to him, looking through the eyes of someone that's just starting out again, it could be very like, well, what the heck is all this? And it seems confusing. But once you got everything set, that what car, what class, what you know, race. How should I put this? You know what races you want to participate in. The interface is actually pretty simple. There's only a few things to click. And let me see if I could show you. Not sure if it will be totally easy for me to show you here. But let me try to load up. Nope, not that. For some reason, it's not showing the window. Interesting. It's not showing Chrome for some reason, which is what I use. Here, let me try one more thing. Let me do display capture. This might work. But everything is super small. And I'll try one more thing. We'll do one more, because I really want to show you it, because it's really not too bad. It just, you have to, there's a lot of learning when you're first joining in. Yeah, it's not coming up. I'll do a video on it eventually. But I mean, there's a lot of good videos already there from iRacing, but pretty much when you load up iRacing, you just select what type of race you want to do on the left. Then it comes up with the track and the car, whether or not you purchased them or not. If you have it, it gives you a choice right below it to add it to your shopping cart. If you own them, on the right, you'll see the race sessions. And the next race session that's going to start a half an hour beforehand. If it's a half an hour before that next race session, it'll be red. You can click on it. And if it's way before that, it won't show up red at all, so you can't enter it. You can enter an open practice if you want. But if it's red and you click on it, then it's going to ask you to join the practice session for that race session. And when you enter that, it'll show you on the bottom, once you're practicing on the track, how many people have joined that, the race session that you're in. And that's pretty much it. You know, you can paint the car. There's a lot of other options there. Let's see. And we were in the second split of that last race. Man, the first split, a lot of people were, almost everyone was racing in the 140s, and everyone was pretty much Class A and Class B. That is definitely a good group there. All right, everyone. So this has gone on, I think, a little on the long side. I'm Crash. This is RTA Motorsports. Thank you so much for joining in. I want you all to just know that I really appreciate kind of joining in, subscribing. Please hit that subscribe button. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers at least, so that way we get the community tab. So that way it would be a lot easier to kind of schedule these streams with you guys. So that way I could just post a message on there with maybe an image or not. Maybe do some polls, kind of get an idea for what you guys want to do. But yeah, you know, we want to get that community tab open, so that way I can let you all know we're going to be streaming soon, a lot easier than we have now, because right now it's pretty random when we stream. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, and because it's random when we stream, hit that reminder bell so you know when we're going to stream. Like I said, it all is pretty random at the moment because of our unfortunate work schedule. So if you want to know when we're live streaming, the only way to know is just to hit that reminder bell. I want to get things a little bit more on a schedule, but we're not quite there yet. So I, again, want to just say thank you all who have been trucking along with us since the very beginning. If you look at some of our old videos, they're kind of cringy. They're kind of funny looking, but we've been doing this for a little while now, and it's been it's been growth, but it's been kind of slow growth. And everyone that's been trudging through it with us since the very beginning, I want to say thank you so much. A lot of you have been sticking around through a lot of it, and I really appreciate it. So again, I'm Crash Star Team Motorsports. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all next time.